You can be so racist.
Yo, but for real, that is an interesting point. It's like, let's say an Asian guy does something that is completely, let's say an Asian guy does something, a complete asshole, has nothing to do with coronavirus. You can't even get in a fight with him because everybody's going to go, oh, you just beating him up because it's coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's an unfair advantage.
Also, pretty much anytime you beat up an Asian, and probably an Indian, that shit is probably bullying. Like, you could...
Asians will fuck you up,
That's a
dog.
little guy.
Come on. Son.
Asians are nice, bro.
Word?
The 1-inch punch?
Wow.
Why do they call it the 1-inch punch, bro?
You know.
Is that a saying?
No, for real, dude. We need to get to the bottom of this. All right, what else? What else is going on?
Fucking Lindsay.
Oh, bruh. We got some sports shit. What else we got? We got the babyface Teddy Riley battle that I tried to watch, but...
I can't get into all this. I can't get it.
You know what's crazy? It's just people playing their songs back and forth.
Son, why is this so exciting?
It's just two legendary producers and artists.
Press and play.
Pretty much. But it's like they're sort of battling even though there's no winner, no loser, but it's just like...
Everybody's saying babyface won this battle.
Yeah, because he didn't have any technical issues. I think he has a better catalog, and yeah.
But what the fuck is so exciting about it?
Because it's just two legendary people. Like,
Also, there is nothing to do right now. So, that's exciting.
It's like the same as the debates. It's like Trump going against whoever, Biden. They're all going to say the same shit, but they're just the two top dogs right now.
I see. So you're watching it for the interactions.
Yeah.
So it's not as much about the songs being played as much as
but it's also reminiscing of these songs. Like, we all grew up on this shit.
I see. And then also you get to see other famous people commenting, and you're like, oh shit, I'm at the same event as Fat Joe. Oh, I'm at the same event as Diddy. Okay, that makes sense. I can.
Yeah, and there were like a couple of jabs thrown. Like, there was Teddy Riley was playing a song he remixed.
Yeah, I don't think remixes.
Like, that's a shot. It was just a little.
This how big it was. The internet. I tried to watch it. It wouldn't. There was 500,000 people that weren't that you couldn't watch it on. So I kept on stage was live, and I was like, "There's no way Kev's watching anymore." So I watched it on Kev on Stages. IG Live. He had 10,000 people watching.
Son, Duval was having people do that too. I think Michael Blackson watched it on Duval. I couldn't get in. I tried to get in.
It got up to 500,000. I had to watch it on the iPad. It wouldn't work on any phone.
Why? Why was that?
For some reason, when I tried to open it on my phone, it would just freeze and iPad would work.
Can you name the biggest Babyface song?
Probably End of the Road. Well, it depends.
I'll make love to you.
Yeah.
I'll make love to you like you want me to. If you are a guy. What? I killed that.
Which street too?
I think they just put a block for non-blacks.
It's not for us?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the most striking thing. Like, the white world.
Was it striking?
Yeah,
Did it strike you out? Hey, Al, did it strike you?
It struck me. It struck me. Okay, I just got off.
You know what's funny though is Al's Black Topics, he said throw on the tile, Tyrese can't spell. So apparently Tyrese, at one point in the first battle, said throw on the tile.
Like towel?
Yeah. And then everybody made fun of him because he can't spell. Yeah. What's funny is Al misspelled Tyrese's name on the note. He spelled that shit Tyrese. Tyrese can't spell.
I mean. Alright, but go, what were you saying? They was trying
Just that white people didn't care about this battle at all.
Like, white people don't know who Teddy Riley is. The only Teddy we know is Bear.
And Graham.
That's true. Teddy Bear and Teddy Graham.
I just found that fascinating. 500,000 people, and this was all black.
Yeah.
Son, that's the 500,000 man march.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Is that crazy? The 500,000 man march was the Teddy Riley Babyface.
Maybe we need to get Teddy Riley Babyface to like organize black people into doing some crazy shit.
Why crazy shit?
Yo, if y'all want to start a revolution,
start the revolution, dog. Real talk.
That's it right there.
Right there, Instagram Live.
Good.
Why not? This is dope. This is how you make change.
Nah, because all y'all motherfuckers have too many guns already.
Who?
Y'all motherfuckers.
White?
Yup.
Crackers?
All you
Crackers got some guns?
all you white niggas out there, man.
I love it.
Y'all got guns.
It warms my soul. It fucking warms my soul. It feels like a hot toddy hitting my shit. Ladies, it's called hot.
Strap.
I never thought about that. Like when you swallow a load, is cum hot? It's got to be at least 97.8 degrees.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Should we, consider that? Like when you bust in a girl's mouth, I never was like, oh my God, is that hot? Like,
This is ice water.
You never heard my girl's mouth? She goes,
right? Like I always thought it was because it was gross tasting, but maybe it's all temperature.
that's why they blow on it before they do it.
It's called a blow job.
Yeah.
But real talk, are they taking a sip of water to cool it down? No, seriously, Akash, what is it like? No, seriously, what is it like just swallowing loads of dick?
It's a little warmer than you think. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a little temperate. You know?
That's why you gotta swallow fast and spit it out before I burn your tongue.
Really? I will burn your
swallow.
fucking. You just swallow it right down? That's the sound you make?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to your cousin.
That was your cousin. You know?
What? Wait, did you click? Did you make it like click? Oh, dude. Do you think that's why, like, Puerto Rican, like, Afro, like, Latinas make that, like, do you think that's why they suck their teeth so much they're just trying to recreate the click? Like, that's the Afro part?
That's the militant part. That's the Latin X part. Only if you Latin X you do.
Oh, that's how good black rhythm is. You think about that? That black rhythm is talking beatbox. How crazy is that?
Shit. Holy shit.
They're like, what the fuck you just said?
They're watching the beatbox battles, they're like, yo, that's foul what you just said. Like, actually translate.
Beatbox is also gross battle,
Dude,
bro. It's a rap battle.
bro, that is a fun sketch. They do a beatbox battle, but they have the translations in Swahili or whatever the click languages are. Yo, Africans that understand click languages, please make that sketch and give us credit. Oh my God. All right, what else we got going on? I know we got some sports shit.
That Draymond KD shit, the draft is Thursday.
You want to talk about the Draymond KD shit? Let's talk about it. Bring the story up, dude. What exactly happened?
So, first of all, KD was already in the news a week ago.
Right.
Media shit. You want to talk about that at all? He basically said the media kissed Steph Curry's ass, and that made everybody hate him, and they were against him, whatever. But then Draymond was on some interview, and they played a 2-minute clip of him talking about the KD situation. He was basically like, he never talked to us about it, and that made it impossible for us to deal with. Like, Steve was like, Coach Kerr was like, let's just try to have fun this year, but you can't because all anybody talks about is free agency. And
honestly, it kind of makes sense. Like, I mean, like, it was probably a big distraction, and, you know, if he's saying that that's why they lost, he does have a point. You know, I mean, they did lose to a team, the Toronto Raptors, who, you know,
they had no free agency issues.
I mean, not at all, right? They didn't have their best player on the team, you know, not on their contract for the next year. And, you know, I mean, they totally didn't have any distraction with what he was going to do.
Best player in the league actually leave.
How could you possibly win? Honestly, how could you win a championship when your best player is not under contract and not talking about where he's going? I don't know how it's possible.
It's a valid point.
Really
especially if you're you're like an all-time great.
Yeah.
You're like, Charles Barkley can't even sit at your table.
That's right, because of the rings.
You're so good.
You're so good, but you cannot do it. You know what I mean?
He's
it's
out
too
in the
distracting.
finals, but you're so good. And you still got Steph.
Honestly, the Raptors are so lucky that they didn't have to deal with a situation like that. Because that situation would be crippling. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah, totally, man. No, Draymond's a genius, bro. Like, and next level self-awareness for real, dude.
Yeah.
This guy is completely self-aware. Like, he really understands not only his team, but like the other teams he's playing and like what they're doing.
Yeah, man. That guy's always been self-aware. That's one thing you can say about Draymond.
100%.
He knows who he is.
He really does.
He understands how great he is. He understands the problems they're going through, what the cause and effect is. He gets it all.
And he understands the real reason why his team lost.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, 100%. It was definitely the elephant in the room. I think that's what it was, the elephant in the room. It was definitely KD not telling people. That was probably it.
Yeah.
Not him being injured and them not having the best player on their team.
Yeah.
You know. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
You know, apples and oranges, tomatoes, tomatoes, whatever.
Should we explain that we're being incredibly sarcastic right now, or just let it be?
Sure. Let's go ahead and say you're real.
Basically, we're trying to say that Draymond Green is a fucking retard. That he didn't realize that the team that beat him had the exact same situation going on, and they somehow managed to maintain their focus. They somehow managed to maintain their ability to be a cohesive team unit and manage to topple the Golden State Warriors. Now the Golden State Warriors were dealing with injuries. That's ultimately
what probably
did them in. But stop acting like this fucking, what did he call it, like a black cloud over the season or whatever it was. It's like, it's so funny to me how quickly players turn into owners when it benefits them. Right? Because if it's not your team, you're going to see guys like Draymond like, yo, as players, we got to go out there and get our money and do what benefits us and not sacrifice for the owner, not take less for the owner. These are billionaire owners. They got to do, they do what's best for them. We got to do what's best for us. We got to get our money. And then when another player that's on your team wants to do what's best for him, wants to be in the best possible situation with the most leverage come free agency, when he wants to do that, what is all of a sudden, you're talking just like that daddy of yours. Right? You're talking just like the man that pays you. Well, what he should have done is he told us. What did he have to tell you? You didn't know what he was doing? What did he have to tell you?
And how do we know he knew for sure?
He looked at all the situations. You didn't have the best situation. Maybe because he had to deal with a pain in the ass on his fucking team all the time that wasn't very good, but mouthed off like he was. Maybe he wanted to get away from that.
Maybe you also told him, we don't need you. So what do I need to talk to you about? You told me you don't need me. You know what really bothers me about this, though? You could also just ask. He never said, we tried to ask him, yo, man, what are you doing? That's what actually bothered me more than anything. And I thought there was little things he did. I don't like when people try to twist the narrative and make themselves the good guy and the other person the bad guy. And he said in one part toward the end of the thing where he was like, and it's some validity to it. Clay and I also had contract situations. Anytime they asked us what we want to do, we would tell them we want to be a Warrior for life. KD, this is the part that's kind of tricky. That KD would only not, if he wouldn't address it, he wouldn't talk to the media at all. He would say, fuck you to the media. Yeah. And then he goes, me, I actually try to have a conversation with the media. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, what is that? Like, that's some shit where you're like, I'm a great guy.
Yeah, man, I'm on the game. What's up?
Shit. I actually have conversations with the media. It's like, well, you...
Huh? All right, come on. You got a goddamn key. Love you.
Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out and establish this run game, the play action pass could very well be open.
From the 31, Breeze going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's third and short.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
You need more attention.
Yeah, and
That's
also...
why. You don't do it for them. You do it for you.
I just don't. This is what got KD to you in the first place. He didn't talk to anybody.
It is. Of course you want to start your career and your career in Golden State because that's where you start your career. You built that thing. KD didn't. He doesn't have the same dependence, and he knows he'll never be given the same credit
and
if he only wins a ring on Golden State.
And no team needs you as much as Golden State. Any other team could use you, but Golden State needs Draymond. Golden State's not Golden State without Draymond. He gets a lot of credit for that first ring and the second first ring.
Right.
Like that lineup of death, getting put in the starting lineup changed everything.
Yeah.
Lineup of death. Draymond is the linchpin of that team.
Yeah.
I used to think before they got KD, he was the most important member of their team. Well, Steph probably still was, but I thought you could win without any of the pieces. But Draymond, if he's gone, defensively they're done. He holds everything. He got a lot of credit.
I think you're giving him.
He got a lot of credit. Now I think we've seen him a bit exposed, but at the time he got a lot of credit. So yeah, of course I want to stay there. I get a ton of credit here. I'm needed here more than I mean. He wouldn't have this fucking. If you went to Brooklyn, okay.
Yeah, he'll be exposed anyway.
Yeah.
This is where your skill set works, and this is where your skill set is most.
It fits perfectly with this.
Yeah. You get to be an all-star here. Anywhere else, you're going to be a run-of-the-mill regular player. You're averaging 10 points a game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, tops anywhere else, which is good.
It's fine, yeah.
It's good. That's probably what he averaged last season. Something.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he was doing very well his last 1,000 targets because he's not a great offensive player, but he has some intangibles that work incredibly well within that system. So you should stay in that system. That's great.
Now, one thing I'll say is this made me like. I already didn't like KD a little bit for going to Golden State, but it made me notice one thing about KD. Normally, if a guy's a media villain, which KD always says he is, and he kind of is, there are a lot of his teammates be like, yo, y'all don't know KD. Shut the fuck up. You don't know this guy like I know this. Every media villain I can think of, at least, his teammates will be like, y'all don't know this guy. Y'all don't know what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
You don't hear a lot of that for KD ever.
Yeah.
Granted, he left, but Kendrick Perkins don't like him. Russell Westbrook never says anything good about him. Draymond Green's not saying anything good about him. Steph been very quiet on the whole thing.
Yeah, I know he's defended KD a bit, but
a bit.
Steph's the
Steph
greatest
is the guy who defends. He's not going to attack anybody.
Yeah.
For Steph, it's not. I don't know this guy. I don't know whatever.
Yeah.
It's KD made the decision that was right for him. PC answer.
Yeah.
Who are the teammates that we know of that fucking love KD? The guys I know that love KD have never played with KD. Kyrie. What's his fucking center? DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
These are his guys. It's all guys that
he's probably not a very likable guy.
He seems a little angry all the time.
That's fair. I mean, Jordan was angry.
Yeah, but this also is another thing I was going to say. The Jordan documentary is really telling the younger generation why our generation hates these decisions so much. KD going to Golden State, LeBron going to Miami with Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Once you watch Jordan and you see who we worship, that fucking maniacal competitor, there is, and I'm reminded, we used to say this and we kind of forgot, there's no fucking chance in hell Jordan is teaming up with the second best player in the league, or the third best player in the league, or top 5, whatever. This is my fucking team and I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah.
And if you're going to come to me, you're going to come to me broken because I destroyed you.
Yeah. That's why you got to respect KD.
Because he didn't do that at all?
No, he left Golden State because he knows he would never get the Jordan credit if he only got rings there.
I respect that.
I respect that
he left. Going there was still just such a come on, now it's unfair.
Low key, I get it, bro. It's like the same reason why I understand why 100-meter sprinters take steroids. Because what if you worked your entire career for something and then this guy just happened to be born at the same time as you, and you are not faster than him, and you will not get to the promised land. But you were fucking a tenth of a second away, and maybe if you did PEDs or steroids, whatever it is, you could get that 10th of a second, and you could potentially get that gold medal you worked your entire fucking life for. I get why they do it.
Now, but it's more like
sleeping and playing the game. What I'm playing on doing.
Now it's more like you do that. This is more like saying, you know what? I'm just gonna run on the Jamaican team. I can't beat Usain Bolt. Whatever. He'll get off. Steph still gets the credit as the linchpin. That's what bothers KD so much. When he went to Golden State, it was Steph's team. 2-time MVP, you're a 1-time MVP. Got a championship, you don't have it. Been to 2 finals, you make it.
She's gonna come over and do my job.
The point is, the credit is still going to go to Steph or you. It's still,
Sure. I understand what the credit is. I'm saying I understand dedicating my entire life to something and then seeing the opportunity to win the thing that I've wanted to win my entire life, and then doing it. It's very easy for us to sit here and go, I would have done that shit. Well, that's not what we work for our entire life.
See, but to Akash's example, so it's like if you are doing the 100-meter against Usain Bolt, and then since you couldn't beat him, you go and join the fucking relay team with Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
we won together. I
couldn't beat you, so now I'm gonna win with you.
I worked my whole life.
It would be the same way if it would be the same way if you did this. You were on the American relay.
Cause I ain't got my shirt on.
Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
I'm just checking on you. Got your hair done? You all done?
Yeah, Dave.
All right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Where's she working at?
She's a security guard, but she said she about to start that on
The
CBS.
American relay team wasn't fast enough in total to beat the Jamaican relay team. You were only, it's relay versus relay. You were faster than everybody on the Jamaican relay team personally, but the other guys on your team weren't good enough to beat the Jamaican relay team. So you go, fuck it, I got some Jamaican roots. I've worked my entire life for this shit. I'm going to go get me a gold medal with that Jamaican relay team because I'm better than all those motherfuckers anyway. I deserve this shit. I get that. And then after you get one, you go, you know what? I'm done. I got my ring. The thing I worked my entire life for, I did that. Now I got to achieve the other goal of taking another team there. I understand that.
I get it. I do understand it.
This is splitting hairs. I would have, if he stayed one more year. He had the opt-in, run that shit back, because we always forget, yeah, Russell Wilson was a problem, Russell was a problem, I get that, but KD had a bad game 5 and 6. If you look at his stat line, he shot a horrible percentage in 2 of the 3 closeout games.
Still MVP of the series.
No, I don't think he's MVP of the series.
KD was MVP.
They don't name an MVP as conference finals.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the finals.
No, I'm saying when he lost, up 3-1. Game 5 and 6, he had bad games. They were up 3-1. You can close it out. Now we're doing a relay thing. This is your last leg. You got to lead. You can close this shit out. He had a bad game 5 and a bad game 6. Right. I think he put up points, but on a lot of shots.
Right.
Run that shit back one more year. We had them. I fucked up game 5 and 6. We can blame Russell Westbrook. Cool. I also fucked up. Let's run this back one more time. I know we got this motherfucker. And then at that point, you couldn't do it. I'm like, oh,
what you gonna eat?
When we had them that close, what you do, I didn't think it was done forever.
Right. But on some level, you would understand why someone would do it. Your argument is, I would have given it one more year. And his argument is like, I've given it enough years. This is as good as we're going to be. I don't think we're going to do it anymore. And didn't they lose Harden after that?
No, that's before they lost. They had already lost Harden.
They already lost Harden. So it's like, I guess what you're saying is, I just understand why someone would do it. You just want to cross the fucking promise line.
Yeah. To your point, actually losing Harden makes me understand it a little more, because it's like, look, the front office fucked up. We had the Golden State squad. Right. We had the squad. Yeah. You traded an MVP. You traded my fucking homie. So I'm not loyal to you at all. Fuck you. Yeah. I can see that a little bit. Factor into it. Like, I don't trust you to make the right decision. So I don't know if we get this.
Yeah.
I think they could have, man. I think they could have done the next week.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Did you cook, Mom?
All right, guys, we're going to stop for a second. Take some bills. Hard dicks, big dicks. Blue Chew. You already know what it is. BlueChew.com. Don't use the
what you needed?
I'm telling you, you are quarantined up. Your girl needs it almost every day. She's thirsty for it. She wants it. She deserves to be satisfied. She's keeping that house in maximum. She's probably cooking it. She's probably throwing it down. She's probably doing laundry. She's probably doing all the things that she would never do in the regular world, but we're in quarantine time, baby. She deserves that dick, so you give her the best dick that you could possibly ever give a human being, and you're going to do that with Blue Chew. Okay? Same active ingredients in Cialis, Viagra, all that other shit. But you're going to come through with that chew. You're going to chew her ass out. She's going to be incredibly grateful. Ladies, if you were listening right now, you know you deserve it. You tell your man. Okay? You deserve it. You tell your man to get on that chew and chew your ass out. You know the rules. If she dies, she dies. It's not on you. It's not on you. Things happen. Okay? It's not on you. It's not on the chew. Things happen. That's what you say. You go, things happen. BlueChew.com. You know the promo code, Flagrant, okay? It's going to be free with that promo code, Flagrant. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's free. Best dick you've ever had in your life, ladies. Free, $5 shipping. Fellas, best dick you ever gave in your entire life, free, BlueChew.com. If you use that promo code, Flagrant. Be gone. Let's get back to this shit. There has been some interesting
you about to go?
shit that's been happening.
What you got to do like that?
I thought was kind of cool was the number one high school player.
What with them badass kids of yours?
So the number one high school prospect, his name is Jalen Green.
Yeah.
And he is going not to college, but to play in the NBA G League.
Yep.
That is the NBA's development. And he's going to get paid $500,000 for the season.
Yeah.
I think they can give out like one of those contracts per season or something like that. I believe, and I'm not entirely sure, he can get endorsement deals because he's a professional. Yeah. He can do all these things, and he can get NBA coaching. He can play against NBA level talent. He can not have to focus on a religious studies major that he's never going to fucking use in the first place. Work on his diet.
The best part,
drills.
They teach them life skills, how to adjust a league, financial planning, like shit that you don't actually learn in college with your quote-unquote education. Yeah. That won't, like you said, religious studies will come in fucking handy for you as an NBA player. Yeah. Financial literacy, that's invaluable.
Yeah. So they're basically teaching you how to be a professional athlete, not how to be a college student.
It's a trade school for the NBA.
Right. But, yeah, trade school for the NBA with life skills.
Yes.
But it's like how to be a professional person.
Yeah.
How to be a professional athlete. We never had a school that teaches you how to be a professional athlete. We had a school that teaches you how to be a basketball player, and they just teach basketball. But they don't go,
lock that door, pussy.
This is how I pay my bills. This is how I media train. This is how I talk to people, etc. I think it's great. And I think it's like a really cool, like, responsible thing.
Really fucking cool.
Because if I'm a parent that is concerned about my child's future, and I think that they have a shot at going to the NBA, I would put them in that program to make the $500,000. Because let's say it didn't work out, and you don't go to the league, now you have $500,000 you can pay for college.
And you have life skills to go with it.
Fuck the life skills. Let's say those life skills really apply to like being a professional athlete. Right? It's like, how do I balance my budget, etc. Yeah, whatever. Let's say you don't work out. You get the $500,000, it doesn't really work out. It turns out you don't have the skills. You still have enough money to go back to the real school and get an education.
That's amazing.
It's best case scenario. So a lot of people are having this conversation right now, which is it going to force the NCAA to pay players?
This is what's interesting.
Okay.
Because they don't, just because you losing the NBA is a big amount of money, but it's not their major source of income.
Losing the NBA.
Losing college basketball. If they lost college basketball, they would lose a lot of money, but not relative to their big money maker, which is college football.
So, I don't think that they lose college basketball.
I mean, if no one cares about it as much. I think, I guess you're right. People would still care. And you would still get the players who, there's going to be people who want to play for a school, always.
My feeling, and a lot of people are going, within a couple of years they're going to pay players. Because now they have to compete. And they have the money because they have the TV rights, right? They had to sell crazy amount of tickets for the games, etc. If I'm the NCAA, I'd dig my heels in and I'd say, we're not paying anybody. I'd let the top tier talent go to the G League, the NBA G League. There's 2 or 3 guys a year that are good. Go for it. We don't care. The reality of the matter is, people watch college sports for 2 reasons. One, they identify with the college, and you're brainwashed while you're there for 4 years to really love this institution. It's amazing.
Nazi level propaganda.
It really is. It's insane propaganda, and it's really efficient, right? So you're going to like your school no matter what. But if you remove those, and the other thing, the reason why people love the NBA, the NCAA, is because that tournament is so exciting. March Madness is so exciting because it's so hard to predict.
Upsets.
Why are there upsets? Because the skill level is pretty even. You have one team like Kentucky that doesn't always win, and they still have all the elite players. But the reality of the matter is there's not enough elite college players to fill all those schools.
Yeah.
So you get the Zion out of here, you get these talented guys out of here, it doesn't really matter. The game level will still be high, it will still be exciting, right? But now it's even more difficult to predict. Now you're going to have even more upsets. You're going to have more 16 seeds beating 1 seeds in the first round, which makes March Madness even more exciting. And you're still going to have high-level basketball. Like, you can. It's not like you get rid of Zion and all the other guys in the team don't score.
What
now
the
you actually
fuck?
have the random 6'4" guard that just goes nuts. in college that might not be, good in the NBA or pan out in the NBA, but you're still going to get the Jimmer Fredettes. You're still going to have all these guys that will go excel in Europe, but maybe won't be good in the NBA.
The one source of pressure could be, a lot of us who are casual fans, I only want to watch the exciting players. Like, if it's a 4 seed and an 8 seed in the NCAA final, I don't have a Zion, I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm not watching. So if there's enough of those people and TV ratings dip, and then advertising money is like, nah, we're not advertising with you guys, you don't have numbers. Then the NCAA might be like, yo, the amount of money we give these kids for scholarship to actually pay them versus the amount we lose for advertising, we got to do this.
Here's go.
The one problem is, NCAA football, there is no G League for football.
Yeah.
And NCAA football, I think, is driven a lot by, I love this school, I love this school.
For sure.
Yeah. So I don't see a G League coming up for the NFL.
Right.
And if there's not that, then we still have college football, which is exploiting the fuck out of these kids, making tons of money. Who cares?
I guess what I'm saying is, like, how many NCAA athletes that are elite actually pan out?
Oh, in the NBA? Not a lot, but I watch college for them.
Right, but they're exciting in college. All these people we watch in college, we're like, yo, you cannot miss this guy.
Yeah.
He is electric. He goes to the league and he's a bum.
Yeah.
You're still going to see the guys be electric, is my point. You're going to grab 4 or 5 guys out that are going to be in the G League, right? Maybe a bunch more go to the G League. Who cares? Electricity is still going to happen. When you play a pickup game of basketball at the gym, there's one guy out there who's electric. Everything's relative, and the skill level maybe comes down a notch, but it's still relative. So that guy who was an 8 out of 10 is now going to be competing against 7 out of 10s, and he's going to look like fucking Zion.
Here's a thought I just had, though. You got to fill up an entire G League. So you're taking...
It's already full.
As time passes, you're going to take the guys who would go to college, even the guys who are 7 out of 10 will be like, oh, I can go make $100,000 a year in the G League. I won't make $500,000.
But they don't make 100. But there are financial situations here at stake. Like, for example, you might have a $500,000 guarantee contract for this guy, right? For one guy on the team. The other guys are making like 40 grand or 60 grand or whatever they're making. If you're a decent prospect coming out of New York, the school's going to probably pay you 200 grand under the table. So it's like now a bunch of guys that wouldn't have gotten the 200 grand to go to Auburn are going to get the 200 grand, and they're like, or should I take 60 for the G League? Fuck that. I'll take 200 grand over here, play ball, enjoy my fucking life.
Be king of the campus.
Be king of the campus. Boom.
It's a win-win for players. Because so now the big players who are already going to be big, they get that money in the G League. The second tier players, or maybe like the number 2s on the team,
keep going,
get to be the number 1s now in college. More.
I think this is the best case scenario. Get the straight to high school stars out of college. They're a waste of time in their college. And then let the random guys that would never make it in the league, maybe because he didn't have enough exposure and he was stuck on the bench in fucking Kentucky, give him a shot to blow it up in March Madness tournament, and then maybe he gets a shot on the team.
Yeah.
Like, I think you find a lot of hidden gems. I think this is great. Zion doesn't need to go to college. You know who does need to go to college? Steph. And maybe we get a lot of sharpshooters that come out of it. Who knows?
Yo, you know what? If I'm the guy and I'm not as athletically gifted and I can't lean on my athleticism, what am I going to lean on? Skill. I gotta pass better. I gotta shoot better.
Bro, you might get a lot of really good role players coming out of here. Because one problem with the NBA, and we see this time and time again, is you have best player ego without best player skill. It is so hard to find role players that when you do find them, they end up being in the league 20 years. Shane Battier, Nick Collison, Juwan Howard. These guys who have good role player mentalities don't require the ball. Don't require to be fed in any certain way. They just want to go out there and work hard. Now you're going to see those guys sprout up through college, and they're going to come in the league, and they're like, I'll do what you guys need. I'm not here to take any possessions away from anybody. What do you guys need me to do? I think it's best case scenario, as long as NCAA doesn't fold and start paying.
And you know how a coach would probably try to tell like an NBA athlete, you're not athletic enough to just get by on this in the NBA, I'm telling you. Now there's definitive proof. If you were athletic enough, the G League would have scooped you up.
Love it.
I need you to work on these skills, all right? You can't just lean on athleticism. That shit is cute here. You want to be a pro? Learn to shoot. Learn to pass. Learn to set a proper screen. Whatever the fucking fundamentals are, learn them.
I love this.
This is great.
I really love this. This is going to be really good.
And yo, yes, Mark.
I have a question.
What was the purpose of banning the draft out of high school anyway?
I think there were a lot of flops, right? So it's twofold. One, there were a lot of flops. I think there were a lot of like high school guys that were getting drafted and really not making it, or highly touted. Two, NCAA is like, yo, we want the talent. Let us get the talent. And then the NBA acquiesced because they're like, all right, we let them go there for a year. They do all the promo for these players. So by the time they come to the league, they're superstars. Zion Williams was a superstar by the time he gets to the NBA. So now the NBA doesn't have to spend any marketing dollars building up this brand new guy that nobody knows about. So it was a deal that they both worked on. But now the NBA is like, we got this D League. We can promote a Zion. Matter of fact, it's easy to promote a Zion. It's done already on Instagram. You don't even need to spend that much money. YouTube, all these different outlets are promoting these players themselves. House of Highlights.
There's 15-year-olds. They got millions of Instagram followers. They got YouTube videos like
Mac McClung, or whatever these guys are.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're doing it. So initially the NBA was like, it works to our benefit that they promote these players, and we don't have to spend tons of money behind a bus. And now the NBA is like, well, now we have our own system.
And maybe I'm bought in and like I believe a lot of hype, but I felt like the quality of the league got better after they did this. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a coincidence, but to me, we were in a slow, low-scoring, slugfest league in the early 2000s, and now this shit is blossoming into this, like, it's fun, it's exciting, passing threes, like, so I did think it was a good rule in that sense for the NBA, but now, we got the G League, I can teach you all that shit anyway.
And when does the G League operate? Like a season? I would imagine it's outside of the NBA season.
Probably.
I don't know, because don't they call up guys? Don't they call up guys from the G League?
Oh, please do during the WNBA season.
I think they would if they didn't own the WNBA. I think they should do the G League during the offseason because we're starving for some kind of basketball.
Have a doubleheader.
Do that summer league.
Say again? Summer leagues are interesting because summer leagues only last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're not even leagues, they're summer tournaments.
We gotta
There's
go
one in
to
Orlando, one in Vegas. Yeah, we'll go to one.
Because that would just be brilliant. You could just have basketball all year round.
All year round. 100%.
For people who are just like, yo, I don't like any of this sport but basketball.
And there's that downtime where it's just baseball, where you're like, give me something. And what if I got to watch during that downtime? I got to watch the next crop of fucking superstars. And you know why it couldn't happen before? Because the kids weren't at school. Right? Like the NCAA, I'm sure, would love to put their tournaments, they'd love to put their regular season games, etc., during the summer, but the kids aren't in school in the summer. Nothing's happening in the summer. We're like dying for an air-conditioned sport. So G League could do it. We'll see if they step in. I think part of the reason why they're doing G League is because they looked at it like a developmental league. They looked at it as a development league. I think they're going to switch it to an academy. So I think an academy is how soccer works, right? Where they have like these academies that like players grow through. So you might get picked up by an academy when you're fucking 8 years old, right? Like Barcelona. So I think that this is the beginning of a basketball academy. So, this is my assumption. So you might have the Knicks. They have a G League team, but maybe they have, you know how we have AAU? AAU teams are like these organized
nobody in the league seems to like what AAU is doing.
So maybe the G League goes, okay, well now here's our AAU version, right? So we'll have, these teams, the New York team that is just the best, most elite players in all of New York, and they compete with the best, most elite players in
And again,
Jersey.
I think the league would benefit from that.
100%, because you're training these guys with top talent from a young age.
That's probably the main difference between the international countries and even like Spanish basketball, Argentinian basketball, all these countries that are like, how are you so fucking good at basketball? You just started playing. They probably have something like an academy. Like, we just teach you how to play from very young.
Really, they have the same system. Like Real Madrid has a basketball team that operates in the same facilities like the soccer team. So I'm assuming that they just adopted the same program.
100%. And they play those kids at a much younger age.
Yeah, Luka was a pro at like 15,
16 years. If you're good enough, you will play. What?
No, I think Messi got his first contract with like
Yeah.
He got his professional contract.
And that professional contract is probably bought out from some local team in Argentina. And that local team in Argentina, the local little kid club, gets a piece of his contract in perpetuity. It's a crazy system in soccer. Like, it's really cool. But, so that's what they're hedging on. And I think the same thing works with, like, in the DR. Like, you know how they have, like, those leagues for, like, kids?
Yeah.
I think that when you get your first contract in baseball, you got to pay out a pretty significant sum to the people in the yard.
Let me ask you this: if we started doing something like that, just for fun, who would be a 15, 16-year-old that playing the pros? Zion? Maybe, because I assume that he had the physicality. It's just a physical issue. Like, not a lot of these kids. LeBron.
Yeah, it's.
Most of these kids get ate the fuck up.
They would get ate the fuck up.
He works in Europe with these fucking emaciated socialists. But I don't think you do that shit with capitalist ass black
But
Americans.
again, they're not playing against each other. They're playing other youth academies.
Yeah, but sometimes the guys are so good that they play at the professional level.
Right.
Yeah, like Lucas started playing for Real Madrid, which is a good team at 15, 16.
Yeah.
But here, I mean, they don't fucking. You're like, here. You get these guys. Yeah.
You just get eaten.
I'll put you on the block and I'll fucking wait for body.
That's right. When you get a zone defense, you can kind of, when you allow a zone defense, like they do in Europe, you can kind of make up for weaker guys.
And I think we allow zone too, but only for like a set period of
So
time.
they don't allow anybody to be in the center in the paint. It's defensive 3 seconds, right? And that's what's shit. Oh yeah, man. We got some more.
There was one thing from the Jordan doc that I forgot to mention. So before, or right at the start of each episode, he dropped a sneaker.
What you mean?
Like Jordan dropped a sneaker at the start of each episode.
He dropped the Fire Red 5s during the first episode. What was the second episode?
The black and gold 7s, I believe.
Cool, I missed out on the 5, 7 on for one.
So, but even that market is so fucking genius.
I don't know if it's who's him and who just whoever. I don't know who's taking.
I got the alert on my phone.
I didn't.
Like for a sneaker
I
drop,
right away.
right? And imagine you're like, oh, I'm so hyped on Jordan right now. Like, so many people probably just impulse bought their sneakers.
They're
good, man. They're good.
You know, it is gonna get a surge, man. Jordan Brand is gonna get a huge surge.
I'm hyped to buy Jordan again. I was done buying sneakers. I'm 36. I'm done.
I was off Jordans too. I was like, too many people got them. There's too many colorways, blah, blah, blah. But you really see the reason why we purchase things. It's identity, man.
Yeah.
We are, and somebody said this is how, I don't want to take credit for this, but this is how Jordan changed the sneaker game. Because it was the first time the sneakers were truly marketed aspirationally. Be like Mike. It's got to be the shoes. It's raining. Yeah. Be like Mike. It's got to be the shoes. You can be like this person because he was someone you admired so much. And that's why we've been talking about this podcast a lot. When we talk about selecting a sneaker for a type of player, you have to choose a style of play that's aspirational. That's why I would never give big men, most big men, traditional big men, a sneaker. Because nobody wants to be a plotting, back you in, bully you, and then have a fucking shoot up some sort of like contested layup. Nobody wants that. We want Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson had some of the most ugly sneakers ever made, but he was so incredible. You aspired to be him so much that you put whatever is on his feet on yours.
Like if Zion goes full Shaq mode, full young Shaq mode, that's a sneaker you might want because he's bouncy.
Here's the thing.
It's like, yo, you can be big and bouncy.
Here's the thing, and this is the only reason why I'll give you a little pushback. I think his physique is so rare that we don't relate to it, whereas Vince Carter, who had a much more relatable physique, I bought them motherfucking bounce sneakers, whatever it was, sneakers, up shits.
You know what country you live in? The most obese fucking country. Every big person will think, oh, I can bounce like Zion.
See, that's interesting. I see Zion as like massive muscles. I don't see him as just like a thick.
Yeah, it's the same way how girls who are fat always on stick.
Right.
It's the same thing.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Big.
No,
big bone.
Yeah, he is a big bone. I hear what you're saying. But that's why, like Tim Duncan, I would never do a sneaker deal. Nobody's buying a sneaker to play like Tim Duncan. They want to play like Mike.
I also think there's an excitement to more high-flying shit. Like, the last big man who was exciting, kind of Dwight Howard in the dunk contest.
Antetokounmpo. Giannis is the last big man that's exciting.
Yeah. And I guess to your point, you don't really care for his sneakers.
I think that he has the type of game where you could be into it because he kind of plays like a guard. He's dunking and he's like long. But like the average big man, like I don't want a fucking.
I was gonna say Shaq wasn't he was exciting for like a split second when he was like Zion is taking off.
Sure.
In
Anthony
the air.
Davis is a great example.
Yeah.
Would you wear an Anthony Davis sneaker?
He's not exciting. It's not like
You have to do
get me out of my
something.
seat.
It's like irregular. Like
Yeah.
Steph's game was. I bought Steph sneakers because his game was so irregular. I think some part of my brain was going, well, maybe the sneakers give you a little bit more balance, and then you can shoot a three and
Yeah.
better because more. My brain couldn't put together why he was so effective. And why he was so
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, maybe.
And Jordan had it.
It's crazy the power of subconscious. I did not realize I wore Jordans yesterday until I got to the studio.
And everybody was wearing Jordan.
And then it just hit me. I was like, oh, I'm a fucking sheep. That's what got me. I was like, oh, that's it.
Don't you wear the Kyries because of that? Like, you think you can, like, change direction a little bit?
So I bought the Kyries. I did my research on the Kyries. 100% chance. His game is so abnormal. He finishes at the rim so well, right? And he's so like squirmy. I was like, what happens? I did research on the sneakers. Like, we looked at a motorcycle tire and how there's treads up on the side because you're leaning, and you want to be able to have traction while you're leaning. And I started convincing myself, like, on my crossover, I actually lean, so I don't want to slide out. But it starts from looking at this guy who has a game who is so confusing, your brain doesn't make sense of it. So you start believing that the sneaker has something to do with it. It's no different than a conspiracy theorist. The world is so confusing to you, so you're like, okay, maybe it's flat.
Yeah.
You know, or okay, maybe the banks are on it, right? It's the same thing. It's like a cognitive dissonance kicks in. I need to figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, 100%. You know, as an offshoot of that, I was also thinking how sneaker culture is so big in New York. This is the only place it could have happened.
Where?
Because in New York, or a walking city.
Because people see you wearing this shit.
I was thinking about when I was in Texas, when I grew up in Texas, I used to look at like nice cars and be like, oh, I want that. Because where do I spend most of my time? My car. Now I don't give a fuck about cars. When I'm on the street looking at people walking, I see nice sneakers over and over again. I see enough of those. I'm like, I really want those.
Yeah, man. Cars are sneakers are our cars.
Yeah.
It's totally true. It's a way to like show wealth. It's a way to show status. Just like a car is a way to show wealth and status. It's something you're extremely harshly judged by.
Yeah.
You got a shitty car, I imagine, because it's fixed in California. Motherfuckers looking at you weird.
Yeah. LA.
LA, 100%.
You can't have a shitty car in LA. I remember you telling me you had a Corolla rental and you were like, man, if I moved out here, I could never have this car.
So I had a Toyota Corolla when I went to school. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
When people were looking at the car, and I was like, who cares? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you spend extra money on the car?
That's how I feel about
in
cars
my
now.
brain, I'm like, why would you spend extra money on the car? Like, you can't wear it all day.
Yeah, I can get 100 pair of sneakers for less than a car.
Yeah.
Where I shift it up every day, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm the freshest motherfucker out here. What are y'all
You need
talking
to go
about?
to a mall just so motherfuckers see your shit.
Yeah.
If you're in LA or Texas.
Exactly.
That's great. That makes so much sense. I saw a video of these guys in Florida trying to break into this house.
Yeah.
And then they got shot at by the guy who owned the house.
Yeah.
But they were in slides. These motherfuckers didn't even wear sneakers to break into a house. They were doing a break-in and enter in slides. You saw that video? And I was like, wow, you really don't care about sneakers out here, man. Are we the only ones?
It's got to be a city that cares about athletics, fashion, black culture's got an impact, and then you walk.
It's growing in Europe. Sneaker culture.
But
Sneaker
also,
culture always been popping in Europe.
you walk a lot in Europe.
Even when I was a kid, though, when I was like young, I remember going Europe and it was the illest colorways. They weren't really the illest, but they were ones we didn't have, so we really valued them. But they were always fly.
See, that's interesting because at the height
catching up on Jordans. They never fucked with Jordans. It was always like a running sneaker or like a shot bag.
Because at the height of the Jordan craze, I was in London and I was like, I could get every pair that I can't get in the US right now.
Yeah, Jordan's more popular to them because they didn't care about basketball.
Yeah.
The aspiration shit wasn't there.
Yeah.
Right?
But now, are you saying even there it's getting popular?
Yeah, because I saw this, that Don't Rush challenge shit.
Yeah.
I saw like European girls did a take on it with sneakers. So they would show like their sneaker collection, and they had some joints in there.
Yeah.
And then after they do the little thing where they block the screen and then they come back, then they like have a nice outfit with the sneaker.
Yeah.
None of them know how to dress though.
Right.
But they have like sneakers. They could not put an outfit with
We also walk there. Europe, everywhere in Europe, you're walking.
Do you think Jordan's the first athlete to ever have like the aspirational sneaker aspect? Like before any other athlete?
It seems that way.
Before him?
Yeah.
Like was there any other basketball player that had like Chuck Taylor or whatever? But like was there any other athlete that
from my lifetime.
I think he was the first.
Anybody want to be like Chuck?
Be like Chuck. Yeah.
Like any other athlete.
Even the first commercial of the band Jordan was so fucking brilliant. The NBA banned these sneakers, we can't show them to you. And then it scrolls down, I think they cut off before they get to the sneakers. But you'll watch the game and see what sneakers they're talking about. Look up the band Jordan 1 commercial, the original commercial, it's fucking brilliant.
And Jordan came up with that brand, it could be like
That was his idea?
Yeah. Like, that was the first time you saw it. Like, oh, if you wear this sneaker, you be like the person.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the tagline. It was almost
yeah.
like,
Nike,
just do it.
No, it was a Gatorade commercial. It wasn't even shoes. It was Gatorade. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike, I'm pretty sure it's a Gatorade commercial.
Yeah.
It's a song. Yeah.
Like
Mike. If I could be like Mike. Shit, that shit slapped.
Yeah, I don't think people really understand how huge he was.
He was the Beatles. Whatever old people talk about the Beatles, and we're like, whatever. That's kids when we talk about Jordan.
And you know what the great thing about sports is over music? It's really the only meritocracy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yes, music, we can all sit here and go, okay, there's certain rhythms that are nice to hear no matter what type of human being you are, you enjoy. Yeah. But you could still go, I'm not into jazz, or I'm not into rock, or I'm not into rap.
Yeah.
You can't say the team didn't beat the other team.
Yeah.
You can't say at the end of the day, he didn't score more points than that other guy.
The most simple, it's conquest.
It is at its most simplest form.
It's war without casualty, without death, without anything weighing on my conscience. So I just watched the most primal thing you can watch.
So that you know the greatness is qualified.
Yeah.
You can't qualify musical greatness.
Yeah.
We could sit here and go, Jay-Z's the greatest rapper ever. There's somebody out there who does not like the way Jay-Z raps.
You can actually specifically quantify their greatness.
You can't, exactly.
There's actual numbers.
Without a doubt.
This team is greater.
It's like, even with, and obviously I want to put stand-up out there, right? Even with stand-up, you can make a decision to not laugh. You can not laugh. You choose to not laugh. Even if you think something's funny, you can not laugh. You can't not see someone win.
Yeah.
They just win or they don't. So his greatness is undeniable. He was greatness. He was great at something that is merit-based only. That is greatness in its truest form. It's gladiator shit, low key.
One thing that stuck out to me during the doc, how I think multiple times when people were talking about him, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's like the closest thing to God."
Son, Larry Bird goes.
How do people just say that so casually?
Son, Larry Bird.
At the height of Larry Bird, said this.
Height of
fuck ain't
Larry Bird. From Indiana. Christian, Indiana.
Oh, yes.
Okay? I wasn't watching Michael Jordan out there. I was watching God disguised. Yeah, that's as him.
Great. Like, even the most genius people today just compare themselves to other geniuses. Nobody says, "Oh, I'm on God level."
Yeah.
Like, nobody's like, Jordan was the only person people spoke about like that.
Son, it's so true. It's so true. Imagine just being so unrelatable. Imagine seeing a talent so unrelatable that you have to relate it to God. You know how, like, when we can't explain something, right? We just relate it to the most advanced piece of technology we have, right? So we can't really explain how our brains work, right? So we usually relate it to a computer. And there was a time before a computer where we related it to a calculator. And then before a calculator, it's, who knows what the fuck it is, a company, I don't know, whatever. The best shit you got, an engine for a runner. It was like an engine for a car. Your brain is like the engine to a car. Like, right? But you're relating it to things that exist. The guy saw a skill that was so amazing. And he goes, there's nothing on the planet I can relate to. There are no other athletes I can relate this to. There are no other animals. You can't even go, he would, like when you see an eagle soar, that's sort of, no. God. It's God.
And that's still my favorite Jordan highlight is that game, the through the legs twice and then finish. It's just like,
and
that was just so casual.
Good.
So casual. Pop, pop, so fast, and then he finishes.
I'm not gonna lie, Bird's D was good. He stayed with him, but it was just against a force that is greater. There's nothing you can do. It's physics at that point.
God,
it's God.
You can't. It's an act of God. What I just saw was an act of God. I can't compete with that.
I just don't understand how he was so well adjusted, man. I mean, maybe he wasn't because he did have the gambling and the drinking and that kind of stuff, and like the excessive, competitive outlets with golf and ping pong and these types of things. But like, he seemed so calm every time you saw him in an interview. He didn't seem rattled. He didn't seem uncomfortable. He is the biggest human on the earth in that point in time. And he's unfazed by it. It just seems that he can't wait for competition. He's not going, oh my God, I got all these people weighing on me, all these people hoping that I win.
Competition's probably the break.
I mean, that is greatness right there. You can't wait for that final moment.
It's just, I mean, it's also like, if I've been doing nothing but fucking business decisions and everybody's in my face all the time, this is my sanctuary. This is 94 feet.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I get that.
Motherfucker ain't threw the ball.
Like, if I'm nervous to go on stage before a show sometimes, the busier I am and the more fucked up shit I got going on in my life, I can't wait to be on stage. Because I know that being on stage requires such a singular focus.
I can't think about anything. I get to leave it all behind.
There ain't even room for it.
Yeah.
There ain't even room for it.
I'm just having fun.
This is on a lockdown. I guess maybe that makes him lean into the maniacal competitor even more because he's like, oh, when I compete, I forget about all this other shit. Right? When I'm playing golf against fucking Danny Ainge, or when I'm playing ping pong against Guy Pittman, or when I'm playing in Game 7 of an NBA Finals, I am locked the fuck in, and I don't have to think about any baby mama drama. I don't think about bills. I don't think about deals.
Family asking me for this and that. Fucking cousins showing up out of nowhere. Fuck all of them. This is it. Let's go. Probably taking all that aggression out on his teammates and the other team. Fuck them. Fuck everybody.
Fuck everybody.
Think about his fucking cousin yelling at John Starks and whoever the fuck else, Pat you and dunking on him. You know what I mean?
What's up?
I know it's like blasphemous for most religions to serve more than one God, but like Hindus, are you guys
I'm good.
The amount of number of gods that people just add to it?
I think in Hinduism is actually
yeah, like I told you, I'm off the next 4 days.
Yeah.
I done spent time at Ashland. I'm chilling at home for the rest of the week till I go back to work.
Any human can achieve God like it. You can have the qualities of God, essentially like God is in all.
What you up to?
That's what I said.
I agree with you. Like, how do you say God in Spanish?
Man, you need to stop overreacting.
Say it. Dios, right?
Alright, it's alright to be bored with all that. You ain't got shit to worry about. You don't have fucking problems. You don't know what problems is, boy.
Ay Dios mío. Oh my gods. Yeah, is what you're saying. Now, there could be like pagan influences where, you're combining ways of speaking about, as languages put together, you're dealing with like people who dealt with multiple gods, the Romans and the Greeks had multiple gods. So,
well, I'm in a Madden game right now. Let me call you back, yeah?
Combined, etc. But
love you, nigga.
There is an acknowledgement, at least in Spanish, that it's more than one. Is there any reasoning for it?
They say that it came from Latin, like the Romans were like polytheists.
Yeah. But isn't that interesting? Like, it wasn't corrected. And this was a time where, like, the church had full reign and full power over language. They could have easily said, no, it's Dio.
Man.
There's one God. But no, they said Dios.
And I remember a kid telling me before I had even really read about Hinduism, just a white Christian kid,
then the
like,
shit don't
God
count.
is everywhere, right? God is omnipresent.
Man.
God is in this glass. God is everywhere. Why can't God be in you? He's everywhere. God is in you. Everybody has that. And I even quoted, I don't know the accuracy of this, so maybe I'm an asshole, but there's a story in the Bible where I think Jesus is walking on water, and then one of his disciples starts kind of walking on water, and then like falls in after a few steps, and then Jesus is really disappointed. Am I talking like an asshole?
No, I don't know. I just.
Son, that's Onward?
That's the movie Onward, son. That's literally Onward.
I see why that shit got you emotional. That's powerful. Son, you're more religious than you know, Schultz.
Son, I'm a religious man.
Yo, more so than you know.
Man, I'm not religious, but I'm a believer.
Okay, word.
Say word. All right. Hey, Mark, do you know about that story with God and his homie trying to walk on water too?
Yeah, and like he had little faith, so he couldn't do it.
And he said at that moment, like, God was disappointed, Jesus was disappointed. He's like, I think he was disappointed because he's like, you could have done this if you just believed. Mm-hmm. If you just knew what was within you, you could have walked on water too.
Yeah.
What, Al? Say, Al.
That's just dumb.
Al can't swim, so he's a little upset.
Come on, Al. Talk to us, Al. Nah, there's something you're thinking about, Al.
I just think the story